61 games have been played so far. 29 wins. It all comes down to one more game. Good Saturday afternoon and welcome to the final pre-show party for our final game of the season. Omaha will be back here in town, and it is going to be a fun one later tonight. The game starts in just over 2.5 hours, so before then we have kind of a big sort of pre-party type show. So yeah, let's see what we got. Right now, we're about to play for a potential prize of $665,000, which one of you guys could win at home later tonight. So yeah, and then that will go until 5 p.m. Eastern when we'll have your local news. At 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the RVN evening news, and then at 6 p.m. Eastern, it will be Davina, Rylan, and Emma joining in on the fun as they have their pre-party, and then I'll be back at 7:55 p.m. Eastern time, or excuse me, 6:55 p.m. Eastern time for the big pregame show, and then afterwards, after the game, at 10 p.m. Eastern, a special live edition of Match Game followed at 11 p.m. Eastern by your local news, and then 11:30 p.m. Eastern, the RVN news at night, and then at 12 a.m. Eastern time, we will have a Saturday Night Live. So yeah, kind of, on tape delay, because, it'll start at, 11:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC, but it will start here on RVN at 12 a.m. Eastern time, and then we'll throw it back to our affiliates, and that is going to be what the schedule is going to look like tonight here today and throughout the rest of the day right here on RVN Eastern. It is currently 4:32 p.m. Eastern time here, so we're going to get right into it right away because we've got a big game here coming up because, like I said, we're going to be playing for $665,000. We were on question 8 of 8. Yeah, we have been banking time over the last 7 questions, and we have 5 minutes and 26 seconds of bank time added on to the 30 seconds, right? So we have 5 minutes and 56 seconds to answer question number 8 for a potential of $665,000. Now, also here, not only will we be playing for that, we're going to be going back through some of my favorite moments from this season and just some memories I have from this year and, stuff like that. So yeah, here we go. But first, the big important stuff. For $665,000, let's play a $1 million drop live. Here we go. All right, here we go. 5 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock. This is for $665,000. Okay? So, here we go. Here is question number 8. What is unusual about the word sons? Oh, whoops, I was supposed to read the... Alright, so what's supposed to happen is that there's 4 answers here, but I have to eliminate 2 before we start the clock, and right? So here we go. All right. It reads the same if flipped upside down and reversed, or it's automatopoetic. Automatopoetic. There we go. For $665,000, we got 5 minutes and 56 seconds, and it starts right now. Well, to be honest, I kind of forgot what onomatopoeia means, and to me, while I was thinking about it, it's read if it reads the same if flipped upside down and reversed. So if I looked at it upside down, it still reads suns. But when it's reversed, it says snuzz. So that's why I'm thinking it's not right. The other two options is that it reads the same backwards, which no, it still says snuzz. If it reads the same in the mirror, looking at a mirror right now, it would say, S-N-U-S. So that still would not be right. So I personally think it's onomatopoetic. And we're going to place, it's all or nothing here because, as always, we have to leave one drop zone clear by the rules. Now, we still have 5 minutes and 2 seconds left. So let's kind of look back over the options a few times here. It reads the same backwards. Nope, that's snuzz. Upside down, yeah, that says snuzz, or suns, but if it was reversed, it'd say snuzz. And it reads the same in the mirror. No, because you see opposite of what you actually look like in the mirror. So I think it's onomatopoetic, and I'm going to lock it in right now. Okay, 4 minutes and 25 seconds. We're still left on the clock, folks. This is for $665,000 right here, right now. It's onomatopoetic the correct answer? No, it's not correct, unfortunately. Apparently it is. It reads the same if flipped upside down and reversed. Wait, flipped upside down. Hold on, we gotta draw this out here. So if suns was flipped upside down, it would read suns. But what I just tried to do there. Okay, it reads suns, right? However, if we reversed it, though, yeah, it'd say snuds, or snus, or whatever. I don't know. I call BS on that, people. I honest to God do. Unless you only flip the two S's around, then you might have a point there. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we do lose the $665,000, and unfortunately for us, the drop is over. But hey, we had a lot of money all the way through that. I mean, there was one question where we did lose what? Because we had $665,000 from what, about question 2 or 3, so it was surprising that, we were able to keep it in there, or that much money in there for long enough. But, yeah, the $1 million goes back into the hat. Like I said, we're not going to start a new game. We're just going to talk about some of the memories and stuff and some of my favorite moments from this past season. And one of my favorite moments is watching Ryan Conley play hockey, honestly, because especially when he scores goals, it's just, ugh. I mean, he could score a hat trick every night. He's that good, but yeah, I mean, he only has 2 on the year, which is kind of a bit of a surprise, at least to me, because, I believe, yeah, he's 4th in the league in goals, so with 33, and I think the number 1 has like 46 or 45 or something weird baloney, but yeah, I think, in fact, we're going to look it up right now here. Yeah, number 1 has 46 goals. That's Max Celebrini from Chicago. Number 2 has 39 goals, and that's Jack Harvey from Chicago. And then number 3 is William Whitelaw from Youngstown with 36. But Max Celebrini, he's only played 50 games this year. So, yeah, and he has 86 points in total. Just imagine, if he would have missed, if he would have played 5 or 6 more games, or even 7 or 8, he'd be at over 100 points. So, yeah, I mean, he scores 1.72 points per game. Max Cellerini does. So, yeah, he plays obviously good hockey there. And in fact, Will Smith from Team USA, even though he's only played 20 games and he has 42 points, which is 2.1 points per game, which is kind of surprising. I mean, Team USA, they've got, a lot of talent. I mean, just overnight came the worst team in the league, well, at least in the conference, and now they're all the way up there, and they are in the playoffs. You got to remember, there's an under 17 and an under 18 team. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I'm not sure how they're going to determine, like, who plays what in terms of, like, team, obviously. But that's going to be interesting to figure out for sure. Yeah. But, yeah, when we look ahead to the playoffs, actually, we'll kind of get this out of the way now. Des Moines, even though it doesn't say they've clinched, they've pretty much clinched. Because Sioux Falls, even if they do win tonight, they'll be at 56 points, and Des Moines has 58 right now as we're speaking. So, yeah, Des Moines has pretty much clinched, in my opinion. Well, they have, actually, even though the league doesn't say it, they clinched, people. They have clinched. But Omaha, they're back in town tonight. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun game. All 16 teams in the league are going to be playing tonight, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I am sure of that. So, yeah, one more game to go. I don't think there's really any significant games we need to worry about, at least in the West. Basically, the way the seeds are now, nothing's really going to change at all. But in the East, there are still some final spots that need to be settled. Youngstown and Team USA, there is a 2-point gap between them. And in fact, actually number 2 and number 3, that would still stay the same. At least for Youngstown and Team USA. If Team USA were to win this game, you know what? No, because if Team USA wins tonight, then Youngstown, and if Youngstown loses, obviously, they'd still have 37 wins and 20 losses. But I don't know how they determine that. I can't remember, honestly, how they determine tiebreakers like that. I think in terms of overtime losses, Youngstown has more. So I think they would go based off of that, if I'm honest with you all. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. And then let's see here. Green Bay and Dubuque. That could flip-flop before the night's over. Oh, and Cedar Rapids, too. Because there's only a point apart between those 3 teams. Cedar Rapids, or Green Bay 69, Dubuque 68, and Cedar Rapids 67. So, Cedar Rapids, they could even possibly get up to 4th place. Although that's probably not going to happen because they have 29 wins and Green Bay and Dubuque both have 31. So if Cedar Rapids were to win and Green Bay and Dubuque lost, they just slide right up into 5th place, which would still be pretty significant because then the team they were originally thought they were going to play in the playoffs, they would be playing someone different. Right now, if the playoffs were to start tonight, Cedar Rapids would play Team USA and Green Bay would play Dubuque in the first round, and Chicago and Youngstown would have byes into the second round, which means they would play next weekend instead of Monday night when the playoffs officially start. So yeah, and then whoever the 4th and 5th seed is by the end of the night, they will play Chicago, and then the 3rd seed and the 6th seed will play the number 2 seed. So yeah, right now it's pretty set in stone. Sioux City, they will play Tri-City. That series will start Monday night in Kearney, Nebraska. I'm pretty sure there will be a watch party and we'll be there for that. We just don't know where yet. Although in all likelihood, it will probably be Peace Pizza again. I mean, because Muskies, that's like one of their main sponsors. Every time the Muskies, if they score 6 goals the next day, if you bring your ticket into Peas, you get a free slice of pizza. So, and that promotion's been running long, pretty much all year long. So, I think they're gonna. I think it'll be back at Peas. Plus, that was just a great atmosphere to be at last year for the playoffs. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. I As far as I can remember, they've always had watch parties, so I don't think this year will be any different, to say the least. Uh, then yeah, Des Moines will play Lincoln, and then the winner of Lincoln and Des Moines will play Waterloo. And then the winner of Tri City and Sioux City will play Fargo. And then there was a stat on the news the other night, I think, that, hold on, let me look it up. During the sports segment, I think we're 4-0 against Tri City when we score, I think he said 3 or 4 or more goals. And then Tri City's 0 for 4 if we let in 2 or less goals against Tri City. I'm going to look that up here, actually. It might take me a minute here because it was broadcasted Tuesday night, and with all the news videos and sports stuff, I mean it could take a little bit to pull up here. I don't know if we're going to pull it up, but it was some stat like that. If I can find it, I will for sure. Here, this might work. Oh. Okay, then it was Wednesday night when it was... Okay, here it is. So, when the Muskies hold the Storm to 3 goals or less, they are 4-0. And then when the Storm score 4 goals, score 4... when the Storm score 4, the Muskies are 0-4. So if they score 4 or more, safe to say we'll lose. And then if they score 3 or less, they will win. Then we'll win every time, basically. Obviously, that's not, really obviously. But, yeah, because, even if, like those stats, even if those do happen, the outcomes could be very different from what it says here. But there is a bit of a streak going on here, as you can tell. So hopefully that will stay that will stay like that for the playoffs when they start Monday night. So yeah, if it is at a watch party, it will be at 7:55 p.m. Eastern time. And if it's not at a watch party, which I don't understand why it wouldn't, because of the reasons I just said, but it will be soon. It would probably be about I think it'd still be 7:55 p.m. Eastern time, just downstairs here in our studio. So yeah, I hope we can get a couple big wins here. Well, at least win tonight, get some rest tomorrow, travel down to Kearney, and win 2 games, and then we'll play Fargo. Second round starts next Friday. Now, the league hasn't officially, at least from what I can tell, have a schedule. They don't have a set schedule in terms of how the playoffs are going to work just yet. Even a month before the season ended last year, they still had a schedule out in terms of how things were going to go for the playoffs. So, yeah, but I don't see any here at all, so... Unless I missed something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. yeah, I'm not seeing. But if the playoffs go like they did last year, which I believe now, looking from how the format's going to go and stuff, round two would start Saturday night instead of the Friday night, and then game two would be Sunday, and then game three would be on Tuesday. And then round three would be game one. It would be game one. Yeah, it would be game one on Friday night, game two Saturday night, game three Tuesday night, game four. Oh God, this is going off of memory. I believe would have been either Wednesday night or Friday night. It might have actually been Wednesday night because that just made more sense. And then it would start, of course, on Saturday, or then game five would be on Saturday. And then game one of the finals started on Sunday, and then game one would it be on Monday, or game two would be Monday, game three on Friday, game four Saturday, and game five Tuesday. But, that I think that was just because the two series ended early. None of the series went to a game five, so that's why the schedule worked out like that. But, yeah, I honestly don't know. I like how this was supposed to be going over, some of the best spits from the season, but yet, we've been sitting here for the past, 10, almost 15 minutes now talking about playoff stuff. That completely off topic, but, you know what? It happens. It happens. It happens and happens and happens. It happens. But it's okay. It just happens like that. But that's kind of besides the point. Let's get back to some of my favorite moments from the season. And we actually had a couple of postponements this year. Postponed by 1 hour in terms of game time, because we had New Year's Eve night. It was Saturday, and the game actually had to be pushed back by 1 hour. In fact, it was in total 1 hour and 17 minutes because puck drop finally started at 7:22 local time, almost 7:30 actually, because Omaha's bus broke down. However, the doors still opened when they, at 4:45 for season ticket holders, and then 5 o'clock for, obviously, regular patrons. And then that also happened 3 weeks ago, too, against Fargo. Doors still opened when they were scheduled to. And yeah, so that was fun. I don't know why I did that, but alrighty, enough of my cringe factor. So yeah, let's see. Oh, when we raised the banner up, that was so much fun. Although I did have to miss a band competition because of it. But there was two that day. For some reason, they scheduled two. I still don't understand why they scheduled two in one day. That'd just be exhausting. Well, after the first one, it's pretty exhausting. But, having to do one later that night, or within the span of 3 or 4 hours, that just is kind of not good. Oh, and along with practice, too. We had a 90-minute practice that morning, and then we hit the road. So we performed basically the whole drill, and we performed it 8 or 9 or 10 times in one day. Whew. Exhausting, very exhausting. But yeah, luckily my band teacher, we kind of lied a little bit, not gonna lie, so that we can be there for that. And it wasn't even all they did was unveil it. It was more of an unveiling rather than, raising the banner like normal teams do. But either way, it was still fun. It was still spectacular. I enjoyed it. They had a pre-party outside from 3 to 5, I think was when it was, and then the team came at 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, we were a little bit late to it, but so we didn't see the team officially, ride in, but it's okay. We still made it. It might have even been 3 to 6 too. I don't remember when it was, but yeah. They had chairs and tables set out outside in the outside in the entryway, and it was fun. But yeah, I mean, Jesus, I don't know what I just did there, but yeah, let's see. Oh, we brought Pink in the Rink back this year. As you know, the last 5 or 6 years we've had cross-check cancer. Now, what was supposed to happen was Pink in the Rink was supposed to be just for breast cancer. And because of that, we decided to, do all cancers. And instead of pink, it was purple. Now, this was because, hockey fights cancer, obviously, that's purple and stuff like that, So, yeah, that. But then they switched it back to Pink in the Rink, but it was still going to be all cancers, not just breast cancer. So yeah, I personally love the pink more than the purple. Honestly, I loved the pink. But purple, I liked, but to be honest, sometimes it looked more of like a violet or a blue instead of a purple. So yeah, but with pink, it's just straight up pink. No different shades or anything like that. It's just straight up pink. So yeah. Let's see what else happened. Oh yeah, there was an Easter egg hunt 2 weeks ago on that Friday home game. Just because it was Easter weekend. It was actually on the concourse, and it took place during. Well, I think it was supposed to be during intermission, and I don't know when it happened because it actually happened on the other side of us, on the north side. We broadcast from the south side. It was on the north side of the arena, so unfortunately we didn't get to see it. We did see all the pictures and videos and stuff afterwards, obviously. And then we've also brought back, a couple of former players too. I mean, they do come back every once in a while, to be honest with you. And yeah. And we still, keep in touch with some of the old players and stuff like that. So it was nothing new, really. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun times. But one more game to go now. And that's coming up starting, well, I'll be on at 6:55. But, I told you the schedule earlier. But yeah, we're going to have 3 former Musketeers from last year. Griffin Ludke, Ben Steves, and Alex Tracy. In fact, I think I saw Alex and Ben, I think, last night. And then our old coach, Luke, is going to be there. And then, of course, our old GM, Andy Johnson. So the 5 of them are all going to be back. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the schedule tonight. Here in about 2 minutes, we'll send it to your local news. And then at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have the RVN Evening News. And then Ryland, Davina, and Emma will be with you for their big pre-party at 6 p.m. Eastern from the arena, actually, which is where they are every single home game. And then I'll be on at 6:55, excuse me, and then at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, it'll be a special live edition of Match Game. And then at 11 p.m. Eastern, we'll have your local news. Then at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, the RVN News at night. Then at 12 a.m. Eastern, Saturday Night Live on tape delay. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss any of it. Yeah, it's going to be a fun night that you're not going to want to miss. We will see you in 1 hour. Ryland, Davina, and Emma will, and I'll see you in just under 2 hours.